Hello there, and welcome to, of course, the fourth and final episode of this week's Fun Facts of Liam. And I think I decided to sort of break the mold a little bit with this. It's food. I suppose you could count drinks in there as food and drink. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to include it in the same playlist as well. For example, you'll eventually come across that. I might include it sometime in the. Yeah, I'll include it in the description. So I decided to break the mold and look at drinks, mainly cocktails. Why they have like weird names and so on and so forth. And um, I decided to focus on the Harvey Wallbanger, and I thought, is it really as dirty as it sounds? Turns out it really isn't. I always thought the Wallbanger thing came from people downing a few too many of the Harvey Wallbangers, of the mix that would become the Harvey Wallbanger, that was um, that was said to be more or less invented in the 1950s and became more and more popular as a cocktail uh, over a period of 10 to 20 years in the 60s and 70s, and this comes from reason why it's called the Harvey Wallbanger is the Harvey thing, and I thought maybe Harvey Wallbanger is just his full name. I mean, it's like a vaguely Jewish. To me, it's like a vaguely Jewish American kind of sounding name, Harvey Wallbanger. But it turns out it comes from him downing a few too many of the future namesake cocktail, and basically Tom Harvey, the guy in question, was a champion surfer in the 50s, but he really couldn't take his grog. In the words of the Orcs, basically, the Orc captain, you know, Lord of the Rings nerds will know what I'm on about, basically. Um, but yeah, um, he downed a few too many of the yet to be named Harvey Wallbangers, which were originally derived from another cocktail called a screwdriver, and he liked to. That was his favourite drink at a hotel that he used to frequent, and he would just be completely blotter. That's you know Northern Blighty for just absolutely pissed drunk. Trousered is another word, is another favourite of mine. Like how, yeah, yeah. Let's not go into another tangentially related tangent. Let's not. Let's not do it this time. Make this longer than it needs to be. But um, yeah, the wallbanger thing comes from the fact that, or the popular rumor, which it probably is a fact, like an urban myth. I think urban myths are more likely to be real than actual myths, but who knows? Anyway, I like to believe that I subscribe to the popular conjecture, and I'm not drunk. I'm just trying to basically do this, without, this is what happens when I go off on a bit of a autistic tangent. I mean, yeah, I am 1/8 Jewish somewhere, so maybe that explains a lot. Joke. That was a joke. That was a fucking joke, kidder. A lot of Jews in Liverpool and Lancashire and the Yorkshire borders and so on and so forth. Little historical joke there. As well as obviously London, which is where they kind of started Stepney Jews and all that kind of stuff, and then kind of moved further north and so on and so forth, and blah blah blah. Historical spurg over with on top of another historical spurg that is the factoid of this episode, which is the back to the Harvey Wallbanger thing, and the Wallbanger thing comes from that Tom Harvey was really angry at himself for losing, for getting absolutely pissed drunk, and not performing, not in that way as I originally thought it would be, like, banging against the wall, getting jiggy with it, as Will Smith used to say in the 90s. But it's to do with, apparently, it was him basically throwing a rage quit after a terrible day of having a hangover and losing at surfing. So yeah, that was Tom Harvey and the creation of the Harvey Wallbanger. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, and so on and so forth. And again, thanking my current subscribers. You're all champions. So yeah, that was it. That's it for Friday's Fun Facts with Liam, and I hope to see you soon, whatever that means.
Harvey Wallbanger! Harvey Wallbanger!